This is the Rebel Yell podcast, supported by MK Window Cleaning and Price Jones Electrical.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you first of all for coming, turn up. I didn't realise we had this many fans, did we, guys? You know,
I thought it would be 5.
I thought it'd be 5 of us.
And there was
I thought it'd be
members.
Barry on the board as well. But thank you. Welcome to the first Rebel Yell podcast live, sponsored by MK Window Cleaning and Price Jones Electrical, our Rebel Yell sponsors for the season. Again, guys, it's the first ever member night.
And what a good one.
And what a good one to start.
What a lovely looking bunch of people, eh?
Is that us?
Bit of interference there. Well, you might know who we are already. I think we should introduce ourselves so you don't. Myself, I'm James. I've been a Rebel for probably 7 years now, I think. 7 years when I moved to Worthing. Came down the club, met some randoms. We thought we'd just start a podcast. Brent?
Yeah, I'm Spencer. So, yeah, been to Worthing about 6 years. And, met 1 or 2 other Rebels.
Reprobates.
My name is Jacco, and I came probably to Worthing 5-6 years ago. But my son and we still keep turning up, and then as it happens, you meet some people, and you get on, and then you start doing things together.
Sometimes doing podcasts.
Before we start rumours there. Guys, it's been a busy summer. We've had many changes around the club. Some of those changes you can see here right now. But what a way to kick off the season, because normally we start the season with a special. This year we decided to do it live, and for our WFCSA Supporters Association members, thank you for your support this season. Lots of things and lots of changes we'll discuss later in the podcast to the Supporters Association this summer, and major benefits of being a member, so thank you for supporting us and welcome. So without further ado, we have got 5 people sitting next to us. I think you might recognise a few of them. Am I right in saying, guys, what do you reckon?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Drag them off the street tonight, especially this one.
Quite much not on telly anymore, is it?
So, I think without further ado, Captain's holding the microphone. I think you need to introduce yourself, mate.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? You alright?
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you, Joel. Thank you.
Good.
Next player.
Eleanor Keegan, and playing as a fullback for Worthing this year.
Hi guys, I'm JC, new Women's Manager. I'm really happy to be here, so thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, I think a round of applause. Welcome to the club. Yeah, welcome to Worthing Football Club.
Thank you.
Welcome. Should we say hola, buenas noches?
Hola, buenas tardes.
I started that last year, didn't I? And I got embarrassed for it. So I'll speak Spanish. Yeah, I'll speak Spanish again.
James, can you please delete the Duolingo?
Duolingo's not working very well, is it, to be fair?
Well, I'm not going to speak any Spanish.
Okay.
But, Dean Hammond, first team coach.
And welcome back to Dean, I think. Yeah, round of applause, because he's actually officially part of the club. I think well done on what happened last season.
Thank you.
Nearly there. Going to do it this year. We'll try.
Question.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah,
we'll talk
good
about
question.
it. And last but not least, I think you know this guy.
Hi, I'm Barry Hunter, and I'm chairman of the football club. And it's good to be here again, guys.
Yeah, thank you. It's not a bit, as we said, it's a little bit different from normally just sitting in the boardroom doing a podcast. But first of all, thanks for the club for letting us do this as well. It's like the first of one of many we should hopefully do this season. It's all going well so far, I think. We haven't finished the night yet, so maybe Barry will let us back at Christmas to do a special one, eh, guys? Should we put him on our naughty or nice list for that?
If you want.
We're getting a Santa outfit. It's the right colours.
Oh, God, he's starting rumours now already, aren't you? In Santa outfit. Got a beard. Do you want a beard?
Let's keep this clean.
Okay. Right, guys, you might notice Dean's here tonight. Our new manager, Chris Agutta, Aggie, as he's affectionately known, am I right, guys? Unfortunately, he's had to go to a meeting of league managers, am I right in saying, Barry, tonight in Farnborough Football Club for the southern area of the National League South. So he sends his apologies. We will make sure we get him on the next podcast. We'll tell him. But thank you for Dean, last minute, sort of stepping in, and we can get that sort of side of the management team of the club there. So, guys, should we crack on?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we should. So Barry's got the microphone in his hand. That means you're starting.
Okay, come on.
Right.
Throw it at me.
Barry. Obviously, busy summer. In many ways than one. You look outside now, I'm sure the fans have seen as they're coming in. The stand is well underway. unfortunately, probably not as well as underway as you hoped to have been, but the British weather this summer's not been very good to us, has it?
I was told that Keith just mentioned to me that last Monday we had the 4 weeks amount of rain in an hour and a half. So it's quite tough. But it looks like a building site out there. It's one of those, isn't it? At the moment, there is so much going on though, on and off the pitch that I just almost everyone has to shut their eyes for August or July and August and come back and then see a bright, shiny new. What I would think will be a mini stadium rather than a ground, which is something really exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you, when you... I'm not sure if you said it to us on the last podcast of the season last year. You said it's not going to be a ground anymore, it's going to be a stadium, and that's something that the club must have had ambitions for all those years ago when sort of George took over and you've come in as chairman.
Yeah, I've known that end of the ground, for example, for many, many years at the North, and it's been begging for a stand up there. We need to make it four-sided, covered. You can do so much here at Woodside, but what we can do, we've tried to do, and then, of course, add around that elements of fan experience, not just keeping dry, but being able to get a beer, buy something to eat, come into a warm environment, all four sides of the ground. That was really important to us. So, yeah, there's a lot happening. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and the new fan zone as well.
We've got the new fan zone behind the east stand. I get a bit confused with all the different dimensions here, but the east stand behind the shed end there is we've got a bar in there, but it wasn't fit for purpose. It needed covering for people not to get wet, and it needed a floor that means their feet didn't get soaking. So we're making that fit for purpose, and then connecting that to what is going to be a hospitality area in the front Woodside Road clubhouse, and connect that, which can then also be used for private functions during the week and weekends for an inside-outside experience. So, yeah, a lot of thoughts gone into a lot that's gone around.
So can you just clarify? I think there's been a little bit of confusion online with that front bar.
Yeah.
Obviously, it used to be, for fans that have been here a lot longer than myself and us three here, used to be the old sort of main bar of the football club. So is it going to just be a hospitality area on match days now, and we'll have the fan zone outside?
Yeah, when I was growing up and I was playing here, that front building was the only building we had. That was the clubhouse. And actually, at the time, for anybody in the audience here who remembers, all the local clubs would come back here as well. It was a fantastic atmosphere in that area, in that building. But obviously, we have the main bar under the main stand here now, so we have replaced effectively that service. We've built around the ground many areas now where we can have more supporters supported. With F&B, so the northeast, we're going to have the northwest, and we've obviously got the fan zone as well. So what we're going to do with the front bar, something we haven't been able to do as a club, where everywhere we travel, there is an opportunity for sponsors and opposing directors and certain supporters who might want to have a different experience, or we need to give a different experience to. We've never been able to do that. Even a reception area for them to walk into the ground. It just needs to be a lot more grown up. That's the purpose of that area there on a match day. Non-match day, we hope it's going to make us a good amount of money that we can reinvest back into the club.
So will that be available on the first game of the season that we play at home, or is it maybe just further along the season?
Well, I'm looking at Keith here, and as far as I'm concerned, that's going to put his finger up first day. No, the plan was to have everything done. Everything that we're going to talk about tonight ready for the first home game of the season. I think the question is, when's the first home game of the season?
Well, obviously, we've had the news today. I don't know if everyone's aware that the Truro game has been reversed, the first men's home game, which was meant to be on the bank holiday Monday. There must have been quite a tricky decision. I know we spoke to you, I thought, was it Keith? I think we spoke to at the last podcast of the season that there might be a little issue with these games, and there was a bit of alleviation from the FA. Were Truro playing ball? Were they good with that?
Oh, we've had fabulous support from Truro. We've also, just to let you know, maybe this is an announcement tonight, but the Boreham Wood also had a problem with their fixture on the Wednesday following that game, so we've rearranged that as well and helped them out with reversing that fixture. Now, I think clubs generally are very helpful. I think, obviously, for it being a bank holiday, we will lose out there, supporters will lose out, but Truro very welcoming to have a bank holiday fixture. Yeah. Just disappointing that we couldn't do it a little bit quicker, but August was if you look at what's going on out there, August was always a big ask.
Well, I think you did once this season with Keith getting that stand behind. What's that stand called again? He's laughing. The gentleman sat right in front of you and is quoted in the Worthing Journal as well. But it can't be.
you
It
wrote an
has to be
article,
official
James.
now, doesn't it?
It's not official. It's not happening, no.
But he got that one open on time for the BT game, so he's done it once. So know.
Yeah, no. I think. Listen, in all seriousness, I think with the amount of work that's being asked to be done here, to the front building, the hospitality, the fan zone, the north stand, the northwest F&B, to all do all of that work within 10 to 12 weeks is a massive amount of work. And I think if we can pull it off by the end of August, I think Keith deserves a glass of cider.
Is that your tipple? Two, a large one, yeah. So we're saying the Boreham Wood game should be the first home game of the season.
No, I think what we're doing is we're playing on the 7th of September. Our first home game will be here against Hornchurch. And then I believe we've got league approval now to host Boreham Wood here on the Tuesday, the 10th, as a league fixture reversal, because they've got some problems with their pitch double usage.
Cool. I think, Japs, you were going to ask about some of the other changes around the club this summer.
Yeah, Barry, obviously I had quite a few changes in personnel, not on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. Can you quickly do a quick update for that for us, please?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, all the different things that are going on, you can see that the club is in a huge amount of transition. We're growing exponentially every year, and I think we've got to a point now, especially with the size of our turnover, the obligations we have as a club operationally, legally. We just needed to transition off the pitch from a volunteer-based organisation to an employed organisation, and bring in professionals that were trained to do the jobs that we need to have done. That's not to say there aren't lots of volunteers all around the club still helping and supporting, and we are eternally grateful. My dad was a volunteer for 30 years. I know the importance of those roles. But I think we just needed to add on top of that experience. So I've written this down, actually, because I'm going to give you an idea. Off the pitch, we've added in the last 12 months a communications and media manager in Jack, and he's added a team around him, an operations manager in Sam, she's got support there, an administration manager, all full-time roles in Claire, a business development role in Daniel. We are currently advertising for a hospitality and events manager. You're not interested in that, Jacko, are you?
I'm not saying anything.
Which is out there live, is being recruited, because we have got so many F&B, food and beverage areas and hospitality event areas around the ground. We need to properly look at that as an asset and monetize it. And obviously off the pitch, we've recruited 2 new managers, an assistant manager team, a new coach in the first team. And amongst all of that, we've then promoted Keith into a role of chief operating officer, because all of those roles need experience to be managed, and so he's deserved his opportunity. And with Nathan as football director looking at everything off the pitch as well, I think off the pitch we're a much more fit for purpose organisation now.
100%, and it's good to see. I mean, obviously, some people might miss the old days of like non-league, but the club have taken that way of going forward. And as we've said before, it's not necessarily going to be EFL Football League straight away, but it's in a view to progress to that eventually, I'd assume.
Well, and this is $1 million question all the time, is where do we want to take the club? I just think if you look at the macro factors, and I've mentioned this to you many times, James, that if you look at the macro factors around the club, the population is in the boroughs 120,000, the catchment's 250,000, and you only need to go as far as Shoreham and Arundel for that. We've got a huge business community. We don't tend to have the competition of other clubs in the area that you would if you were based in the south of London. There's lots of factors here that says there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to progress up the pyramid. The caveat is, well, there are 2 caveats. One is we'll only do this within our means so that we have the chance to survive through this process. You look at Woking and you can see why we would want to do that in South End. And the other factor in all of this is you can only control the things you can control, and there are other factors out there which we can't control, like the size of squad and the budget Ebbsfleet had 2 years ago, the size of the squad that Yeovil had last season. There are some things you simply cannot manage, and you have to just deal with that. But there's no doubt that this club has a significant opportunity to grow and develop. We just need to do it at our pace, in the right way.
Fantastic. Anything else, guys, while we move on?
I was just going to ask, following on from that, with the semi-final, the final, we've got those big crowds in, getting those fans in, keeping them again. just if you've got any worries at all with the first games being away and getting those people back in again.
Listen, ideally we'd prefer to play a balanced number of games at home during August. I'd like to think people will understand why. It's not like we're, we haven't done things properly here. The benefit of the opportunity on the other side, I'm sure people understand why and want to come and see what we're about on the back of all this work. I think we have a chance, a significant opportunity to grow our average crowds for sure. And there are two ways that I think we can do that. We could ask those that come regularly at the moment maybe to come more regularly. If someone comes 4 times and they come for a 5th game instead, that's a 20. If everyone did that, that's a 25% increase. That takes you 1,430 supporters to nearly 1,800 a game. So there's some really good opportunities, even with our existing supporter base. And then I think we need to reach out. There's a lot of people coming to Worthing now that have come from London or via Brighton, who are in Worthing now, and probably don't even know we exist. So we can reach out to those guys. I'd love to think we can keep growing our supporter base, but I take your point, but I'd like to think people will see the other side of it.
But if you look on the other side, though, if we play 5-6 away games now, the return fixtures are January, February time. And despite the weather, we can always play. So we don't have to, travel halfway down to Truro and halfway through you find out that the match is cancelled. That's
what I love, a half glass full man.
That's how I look at it.
Absolutely right. I mean, it's going to be swings and roundabouts. I think if I'm honest and I'm looking at this from a operational point of view, that puts a lot of pressure on the management team, the players, the travel, the arrangements have got to be done, as well as supporters not getting to see. But I'm sure that Dean will tell you that it is what it is. We know what is on the other side. We'll work through it. We'll have to just work through it. I remember, obviously, when I got involved here 5 years ago, before that time, I know we were playing away at Bognor, weren't we?
Who?
Exactly. And so I think there's some more positive reasons why we've got the delay now. Yeah.
Well, Barry, thank you very much. Round of applause for Barry, everyone. Thank you very much. I think on the subject of new appointments, it's only fair that JC Jesus Cordon, the new women's manager, is past the microphone in the hot seat next. So, again, welcome to the club, JC. Thank you. I take it JC is what you like to be called then. You introduce yourself as that,
I think it's easier for everyone.
So when we
call
do
me
that,
JC,
I won't
Dan,
bother with the Spanish.
Jesus, go for JC.
Yeah. Well, I think there was a joke made online. I think someone saying when they see James Corden appearing on a TV show, they go, Jesus Corden. Never had that one before, I bet, have you? But welcome to the Rebel Yell podcast.
Yes,
Thank you.
That was mine.
That was there we go. That was Spencer that said that, so blame Spencer. So welcome, firstly, to the club, Worthing FC Women. You're taking over a very successful team, I think you can all agree. A couple of fantastic seasons under John and Kelly. Obviously, people, and myself included, were sad to see them move on, but for their own personal reason. But, from what I've seen online and everything, we've got a great replacement. So welcome. We're looking forward to seeing what you have done. A good start yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you so much. And as you said, really, I think no one was expecting to John and Kelly leaving after the great job that they've been doing for the last few seasons. But we get the opportunity, and we just want to keep building what they started, and obviously the club is doing. And it was good yesterday, first pre-season game, good win. More than the score, it was a good effort from everyone and a good game, and you can start seeing some things coming out. So that was very positive.
So just tell us a little bit about your background, just like where you started and everything like that.
Okay. Well, obviously, I started coaching in Spain for a few years since I realized I wasn't making any good for football as a player. I just said I have to be coaching because, finally, this is what I love. So as a player, I just played till I was 18. I wasn't a very good player, but I just, start coaching, obviously, with kids, with every group of age, getting my budgets, everything. So a few good years in Spain coaching with, I've always been lucky that I coach with very good people, and I was able to learn from very good people. And then when I moved here to England, obviously at first it was hard to me because I didn't speak the language. That was like that. So at first it was hard, but then as soon as I improved, I just wanted to go back on the pitch, and I started coaching as well. Then because as I say, I've been lucky, and I always work with good people. I met Fran Alonso, and he brought me to Lewis. I spent like 3.5 seasons at Lewis when they were on the championship with great people. I learned a lot, playing a good level, playing against the best teams in the country, Chelsea, Arsenal. So that was a great experience. Then that time came to an end, and we started looking for other options, and here we are.
So what did attract you to Worthing then? What stood out? What made you come here?
Well, last season I came in because I was helping at Hayward Heath, and we played here one of the games at the end. And I already like what I see here, the atmosphere, the environment. Obviously, I knew as well most of the players because they were at Lewis before where I was there. So, I saw that was a very nice place. At that moment, I didn't think about Worthing as an option because I said no one, I think, was expecting John to leave. But then when I saw the opportunity, I really want to go for it.
Good.
So how have your first few weeks been with the expectations that you had from being here last year to the realisation?
It's good. It's actually good. Since I met Nathan for first time and we have the first chat, the first one was on the phone and was actually quite good and very positive. And then we met and, it was everything that he was saying about the club and what I saw when I came in here, I really like it. At the moment, it's exactly how I'm expecting it. I'm enjoying it a lot, working very hard, to be honest, because, sometimes people think that we only work when we are on the pitch, but when you manage a team, you're working 24/7 because on your head is all the time going on. But no, it's been very good.
Any team social events yet? The team enjoy their social events?
Eleanor's laughing at it. It's on the card.
Not yet.
She's
But
got it planned.
yeah, it will be coming soon. Yeah, not yet, but it will come soon.
Yeah. So obviously, you say you're working hard, like off the pitch as well. Obviously, we've seen like Eleanor's one of the people that have committed for the new season. Obviously, a new league obviously makes it harder to attract the players that might have been in the team last season. How was that going? Like, we haven't had too many announcements yet, but we've obviously done a friendly yesterday had a team out. When do you feel confident you'll have like the full team available for the season?
Obviously, it's been a challenge because it's a change that we obviously go into the West League now. We have a few long journeys to go in a few games. And for some of the girls, they live Eastbourne way or other way, so it's a few hours to go there. But at the moment, I think we just got announced another 3 players from last season that we keep in. So at the moment, that is going well. It's a challenge, but I think my goal when I came in, it was to try to keep most of the players from last season because also everyone was telling me how good the group was and how good the atmosphere was. So that was my priority after talking to them. And at the moment, I'm quite happy how that is going. So, yeah, good.
Fantastic.
So what's your goals for the season, especially with the move-in league? How's the West League compared to the South, the East that we were in? I
think in the West League it's a bit more physical, a bit more demanding in terms of teams probably playing longer, more in the duels, more like a battle. Still, we are a team that we want to play football. We are going to try to control and dominate every game. But, we're ready for that. I don't really like to say, what is the goal? The goal for me is keep building in what we have, create a good atmosphere and a good team environment. And I think with that, if everyone is enjoying, obviously try to play a good football as well and invite the fans to come and see us as well and watch our games because I think they will enjoy. That's the main goal. Create that football. And then we believe with that, obviously results will come. But it's just, the results are just in there after we get the goal that is create that environment.
Well, I think we've noticed that you guys go to the women's games a lot more than I'm able to. We've noticed season on season that the fans has increased. And I think, the hard work that previous management teams and players have done must be playing into your hands to have a sort of fantastic season.
Well, as I said, they did a great job and we're keeping most of the players, so that's good. Obviously, that's a great point to start and build. But yeah, we want to keep growing, and we have that ambition to keep growing, to keep playing the football that people like and you actually enjoy watching. So that's another goal. That's the what we expect from the season, to be brave, to go and play. The girls have fun on the pitch and enjoy the football as well.
Yeah. Because I keep saying it, I remember coming here 4 or 5 years ago, and the women's football, nothing was open. Everything was closed. You had to bring your own can of Coke and a chocolate bar with you. And now the bar is open, the kiosk is open. Actually, there's more people. And, we're quite regular.
It's a great atmosphere.
It's a great atmosphere, and the football is good as well to watch.
We say it every month. Come on down, everybody. Come on down, you'll love it.
Yeah, 100%. I think, come give it a go. Come give it a go, guys, because it is fun. And I think with the sort of the movement of women's football in England, it's massively helped sort of grassroots level of football as well. Would you agree?
Yeah. No, clearly, I think from last 10 years, it's growing massively. And you can see as well the national team getting great achievements, and that is helping to obviously more girls.
What national team are we on about here? Spain
Great goal.
or England?
Well,
in both men's and women's football.
Spain too, I have to say, but both men's and women's in England national teams are doing very well, and that's helping to more people obviously engage with football. I think you can see how obviously clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, they when they play at the Emirates and
sell it out,
and they sold out, and that's very good. Obviously, I think women's football have to take the right steps and don't try to grow too quick. But, it's definitely in the right direction.
Out of curiosity, back home in Spain, has Spain women the Women's World Cup last couple of years ago, has that helped grassroots women's football? Because I was in Barcelona on holiday, and I went to El Clasico. It was Barcelona versus Madrid at their temporary stadium, and it was a massive sellout as well, and it was fantastic to see in that level. But how about the sort of equivalent grassroots sort of developing the game in Spain? What's it like out there?
I think it's growing too. Obviously, I still got some friends there working in the women's teams, and I think it's happening a bit like here. Before, probably 10 years ago, no one club had women's team, or maybe 1-2 clubs have women's team, but now everyone has the women's team. Everyone have the women academy, so that's good. It's growing as well, and I think obviously it's helping too.
Fantastic. Anything else, guys?
No.
I think a round of applause for JC.
Thank you.
As you can see, we're kind of wearing these really leery shirts, and I think as a little welcome present at the club, we'd like to present you with one of our Rebel Yell two-faced twin shirts. So if you'd like to come, and you can model it on a match day maybe or something like that. But there we go. There's one for you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Really like it.
Yeah, lovely little player there. She's going to go next. Oh, the nerves, the nerves. So I think it's only right that we link with you, Eleanor, because, you are in JC's team. So no point going to Joel yet, because it's the wrong team. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, there we go. It's already starting the rivalry. Welcome to the new season, I'd say, because you signed for us earlier on this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, so the end of last season, I sort of come in, but I come from Chatham Town.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for some sort of fresh start, new managers, because managers do tend to circulate a lot, and I've, as you can see, ended up with JC again.
Yeah. Is that maybe the reason why you're still here, possibly?
I was like, come, so I can play.
Yeah, so I can play. Fantastic. So was it a tough decision to make? He's sitting right next to you, by the way.
Ask me later.
Yeah, there we go. A couple of games into season, we'll get you back on.
No, I don't think so. As I committed to Worthing last season, I wasn't looking to go anywhere else. I really like the club, I really like the environment. So, I wasn't looking to even look this season, so it didn't really affect me who sort of come in, because I wanted to stay. So, no, it wasn't a tough decision.
Okay.
Can you tell us a bit more about your career, where you were before, and how old were you when you started playing football? Did you play in boys' team or girls' team? Or compared to other girls that actually play football, I think I kind of started a bit late. I started when I was 7 or 8. A lot of the girls actually started quite young and sort of went into boys' teams. But lucky for me, I had a all-girls team in my area, which was Crawley Wasps, and I played for them till I was 15, and then moved on to Millwall and Brighton and teams like that, and then I've obviously ended up here.
Yeah.
At the best club.
Yeah, of course.
Millwall blue doesn't suit you, really, to be honest. I think Worthing red, Worthing red, 100%. So, how's the journey been so far? How have you enjoyed being at Worthing? Obviously, you're coming into a team that, as we've said, have had good success, on and off the pitch. You're growing, fans, everything like that. Have Have you felt you fitted in quite well with the girls?
Yeah, I would say at first it was, to be totally honest, it was quite hard because I come in right at the end of the season, sort of all the girls have like made their bonds and stuff like that already, which is 100% understandable as you do when you come into a new team. But all the girls are so welcoming, which obviously made my decision to want to stay so much easier. But yeah, in terms of like playing and stuff like that, also made that hard because, like you said, they had a really successful season, so it made it hard to sort of worm my way in. But no, I really enjoyed coming here and the sessions and everything. Hence why, like I said, I wasn't looking to go anywhere else. I'm fully committed. So.
And yeah, you know, as you touched on, you know, it was a great first season last season for us in the National League, new level, great finish. You know, how do you see this season now building from that?
I think it will be tough just because of the change in league. Like JC said, like this is my first sort of time in this tier of football. So I think it will be tough. And like he said, it's going to be a lot more physical. So we'll probably all have to get in the gym a bit more. But no, I'm looking forward to it. As you can see from our game, literally on Sunday, we had a really strong start and we played a team that we would have played if we were still in that league. So it's almost an equivalent. So I think it's looking strong. Like JC said, we've kept quite a few players from last season, so I think it's going to be really positive. And like you said, we all just got to work hard together, and I think we can challenge. So
yeah, well, from the top of my head, I want to say London Seawood gave us quite a bit of a beating last year.
Yeah, I think the girls said that they lost to them last year. But yeah, obviously the tables turned on Sunday, so yeah, it was a good result.
So we always ask when we get new players, because we know we're not a full-time women's team. What do you do in a sort of personal career level? What is your sort of background?
So I actually work at a school.
Okay, yeah.
So I work in the sixth form, so I just do like sixth form admin and like their pastoral stuff. I'm based in their common room, so
okay. I bet you see and hear some
here and
things
see
you don't want to hear as well. I bet
exactly. Yeah. But no, yeah, it's really good, and I've like grown to sort of enjoy working in a school and working with students because it's actually nice. It's sort of like a fulfilling role to actually help them with whatever's going on.
So you're going to be the counsellor. Holidays help. Are you going to be the counsellor in the dressing room when something's not going right? Go and speak to Eleanor. Go and speak to Eleanor. So yeah, no, welcome to the club. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you could do like as the first full season yourself. Have you personally got any goals this season? Obviously, we want to get as high as we can in the league. I think it's no lie that, you know, you want to be up in the top, better yourself than last year. I know John and Kelly used to always say, you know, they want to do one better. I guess for your own personal goals, that would be similar?
Yeah, I'm a bit the same as JC. I wouldn't want to pinpoint sort of where we should be finishing and stuff like that. I'm sort of on the same page with him in terms of development. And like you said, like we will have new players coming in, so that will change things. And obviously JC's a new manager coming in. In terms of me personally, not massively. I would just say that I would want to be sort of that player that sort of the girls look to and they know, right, yeah, don't worry about it, like, Elle's got it, it's fine, on and off the pitch. So not really in terms of like where I see us in the league. Like I'm fully confident that we will challenge and we will be at the top of the table. But in terms of that pressure, because there's a lot of change, I don't think I'd put that pressure to say, right, we've surely got to be finishing above this position. I think, like JC said, just in terms of development and stuff like that is really key at the moment, just because it's so new and so fresh, and we're only just really coming back.
Yeah. Any teams in that league you're looking forward to facing next season? Obviously a new league, different part of the country.
I mean, I've faced like Bridgewater before when I've played in other leagues. I know they're quite a strong team. But as I said, I haven't really sort of played. This is my first time in this like tier 4, so I haven't really come across too many of these teams. But I think they'll all be quite challenging. There's obviously a few names in there, but I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I think we've got a great squad, so I think it'll be good.
I think you're looking forward to it. Guys, have we had any announcement of home fixtures for the women's team yet? Are we going to be reversing any of the fixtures for that? I'm not sure if anything's been announced, or is it allowed to be announced or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think our first home game's 25th of August against Bournemouth.
18.
Oh, okay. 18.
Yeah, at home, yeah. So I guess if we can restrict the capacity a bit more for that, is that sort of... Well, Barry hasn't got there. Go speaking there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to refer that question, but there's other considerations just in terms of compliance and safety of people when they come to the ground, so that might need some consideration as well. Yeah.
So possibly to be announced, see if it is going to be at home stuff and how it works. Okay, guys, any more questions for Eleanor?
Not yet.
Eleanor, thank you very much. Welcome to the podcast. So, Dino. Yeah, of course. I'm sure you know this guy, Dean Hammond, part of the team that got us to the playoff final last year. I think that deserves a round of applause straight away, doesn't it? You know, because we never really got the chance to chat to you after, obviously, heartbreak, and as Jack likes to remind me, myself crying at the side of the pitch because we lost the playoffs. So well done for that. But you know, we never got the chance to talk to you because obviously there was up in the air about what's going to come this season. But welcome back. I guess. I think the first question, how was it being part of that team that took over from such a successful period of Adam Hinchelwood? Obviously, you come to the club before. I think your portrait not up there, but you did the 43k run with Hinch and Cam and Stu, and that was your only appearance in a Worthing shirt, wasn't it?
Didn't get round to playing again.
Yeah.
It was a long appearance as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very long. So, what was it like being called up to being part? Because you'd done some coaching around the club, hadn't you? As sort of before that management call up with Buddy and Aaron happened, didn't you?
Yeah, so I came in and I was helping with the 18s. Obviously, I'd been fully aware of the brilliant work Hinch had been doing and the club had been doing and the progress they'd made. And then coming in and seeing it as well was excellent. And then to get the opportunity to help and support the club and Aaron was brilliant. And I was really excited about it. I've always loved my football. I've played and
very successful career, haven't you?
I did okay, but it was
That's very modest.
Modest, yeah.
So having the opportunity, I'm really grateful for, and it was something that didn't take me very long to answer to, and yeah, it was a really interesting experience.
Yeah, I think
I think that noise summed it up.
So you alluded to you had a football career. Obviously, you had ups and downs. But the playoff final, and sorry, Joel, losing it. How did that feel for you? How did you deal with that?
Well, of course, it was difficult and it was hard to take initially. It still is, but you look back and reflect on the experiences we had as a club and as a group, and I have to say that the players were fantastic. They were brilliant, not only with their performances and the results, but the way they welcomed us, because it must have been very difficult for them when Hinch left, because he'd been here for such a long time. The support that Barry gave us and Nathan gave us and George gave us was fantastic as a group. And we really believed that we were going to win that final before the game, during the game. And unfortunately, it wasn't our time. But I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. And maybe there was a reason why we didn't get promoted. But I think the club is in a really strong position now. We've got a really strong squad. I think the club have recruited brilliantly and again have supported the management team. I think that we've got a fantastic manager who's got really good experience now, who's really ambitious, really hungry, and knows the game, knows the knowledge of the game. So it's difficult. It was hard. There was a few tears shed, I'm sure, from a lot of people. I did mine at home in private, as a lot of people I'm sure would have done. But I'm excited about the future.
Yeah, I think
James didn't keep his private, unfortunately.
No, I didn't keep it. You know what it was? It was Ollie Pearce walking past in tears, and I think you see someone like Ollie Pearce, absolutely like. You know what he's like on a day, and to see him, to see him that emotional, it does trigger the heartstrings, because it meant so much to everyone. But I mean, I think we look at clubs like, for example, Dorking Wanderers. They didn't go to that full-time model, and I think we know Mark White quite well. He's around the football, and he's back in our league now. And I think it's quite common to say, I think Barry would agree that to really make a go of it in that league above, you have to almost be a full-time club. And, it would have been, don't get me wrong, we got that promotion, it would be amazing, but there must have been thoughts in the back here, God Christ, what are we going to do now? Do you know what I mean?
Well, look, that's not for me to answer, but I think when you get opportunities, you want to try and take them. And then what happens after that and comes along, you try and deal with and you try and work with, and you do the best you possibly can. So for me personally, I'd never probably think of it like that. No. I really enjoy winning football matches. It was hard to take, but like I say, it was personally a brilliant experience. Yeah.
So speaking of opportunities, how did the new role? How did the opportunity come up? Did you throw your hat in the ring? Were you approached?
Look, the conversations come from obviously the club appointed Aggie, and then I knew Aggie a little bit. I'd known of the work he'd previously done at Hastings. I'm a Hastings boy, so I know it quite well. The work he'd done at Brighton, at Stevenage. So I'd met him on a couple of occasions. And then it was just a phone call from the football club and from Aggie, and just he wanted to give me the opportunity to continue my role and try and help and support in that way. And like I say, after the initial conversations, quick conversations, it didn't take me very long to decide and try and continue on this journey.
So, what are the ambitions then for this season? I think I already know the answer, but
one better.
Well, last season was so exciting, and I think we've all mentioned it. The club's moving really quickly, and it's on a brilliant journey, an exciting journey, and I think we're all grateful to be part of that. And I think just for this season, it's trying to continue that. It's trying to continue that progress on the pitch, off the pitch. But we've got a manager in place who wants to win games and is a winner, and is ambitious as well, like we all are. So, look, this division is really tough. There's some really good teams in it. There's some good players. I was surprised by how good the players are and the standard was in this division in terms of when we're preparing for games, when we're analysing it, when you're in it and watching it. We've got some really, really good players, some talented players, a really good group. Joel will tell you that. The team spirit's brilliant. So it's hard to say because, like I say, I've been in football a long time and you never know. But what I will say is that as players, as a club, as a coaching staff, we will do everything possible and we will work as hard as anyone to try and bring more success to the football club. What that is, I'm not sure. But we will do everything we can to win as many football matches as we possibly can. Yeah,
I mean, you say good players in the league, but I think you've made, Aggie and the management team made some stonking signings. Some players that we're really looking forward to seeing. I mean, I think we agreed, guys, that I think Joel being confirmed as a captain, firstly, fantastic. Because season after season, we're talking a bit, Joel, but you consistently one of the best players in this team, and to have you confirmed as our captain, replacing obviously Aaron last season temporarily, but yourself now. And then I think Danny Cashman. I think that was, for me as a fan, I think you guys, when you got that sorted out, I think that was just such a fantastic sign because you lose Ollie Pearce, you lose Joe Felix, and they were massive parts of that squad last year. So some of the signings, are you happy with the squad as it is now, or is there going to be some more additions before the season starts, or is that not your position to say?
Well, I'll be diplomatic. It's not my position to say, but it's. I'm with you. He
gave you the diplomatic tonight.
We've made some excellent signings, and I don't need to speak for them. They've been really, really good. They've come into the football club. They've worked really hard, and we're confident and we're very happy with the business we've done so far. I think if every coach, every manager, every club is always looking to improve and try and get the best team they possibly can, and I don't think we're any different. But what we've got again is, like I say, I think we've got a manager and a coaching staff that we will always try and improve players. We'll have an exciting style that we want to dominate the football, and we want to win football matches, and we want to score goals and keep clean sheets. So we're really happy with the work that's been done so far and the work that the players have done on the football pitch. And like you say, the players that have stayed have been fantastic. Joel been brilliant servant for the football club. I think Joel will get even better. I think the captaincy will help him. That extra responsibility will bring even more out in his game. Danny Cashman, Spongy. I can't name everyone, but I think a big reason why they've stayed is because of the manager. The manager that's come into the football club, they want to work with him and they want to play for him. Yeah. They've seen how he works. They've seen the success he's had. Yeah. So I think that is a big reason, a big pull for why they've stayed. So we will continue to work hard on and off the pitch, and we'll see where we'll be.
Just going to ask one question about one signing, or re-signing Glenn Ray. He came back. Was it an easy decision for him to come back, or did the club approach him? Because I personally think he's going to make a difference. Yeah, he's one of the players. What I've seen in the last two games, yes, was Chichester and Lewis, but the way he was talking, especially to the youth players, I think it's fantastic.
Replacing the sort of Aaron role, I guess, sort of like the leadership and the sort of.
Yeah, but he's got experience, hasn't he?
The experience of it, yeah.
Well, like I say, Glenn's Glenn's had brilliant experience. He's had a great career. I think he's played in League One, the Championship. He's a top player, and I think, like you say, he'll be really important to this group as well as a lot of other players will be. He can play in a variety of positions. He can play along the back three, the back four. He can play in midfield. He has that experience. He's a communicator. He knows the game. He's worked really hard, and I think the biggest thing for us is that he wanted to be here, and that was a big thing. That he wanted to come into this football club, and he wanted to be part of this journey moving forward, which is fantastic. Because, like I say, he's played at a lot higher level. I think you'll have to ask him. He had offers from higher level as well, but he chose to come here. So I think he's a really good signing. But like a lot of others,
the rest.
yeah, and he's settled into the group as well, and he has worked as hard as anyone on the training pitch, not only to settle in, but try and get himself to in condition to do everything he possibly can to help.
Have anything else, guys? I think
No.
Well, Dean Hammond, welcome back, and look forward to the season.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
I thought you were getting up to go there. I thought you were about to
Sorry,
run
mate,
away.
yeah, I'm off now,
Like,
yeah.
just adjusted, you're saying it. Joel, I think, firstly, congratulations on the captaincy, having it confirmed permanently. You stepped into Aaron's shoes when he retired from the game last season. How are you finding it so far?
Yeah, I mean, finding it all good. I'm honoured to have the opportunity to be captain. I think I've been here over 6 years now, and obviously learned off Aaron throughout the years. And I'm absolutely honoured to be captain.
Yeah, have you found any challenges yet? I heard you're in charge of the music, apparently,
I
according
am.
to a YouTube video.
I am the DJ, yeah.
So what's the DJ songs? What's on there at the moment?
There's
It's
a bit of
not
a
bloody
mixture,
Drake, is
really.
it?
Depends.
A few years ago, it was just Drake, wasn't it?
Well,
Tati
Tati was trying to get on the tunes, but it was
Yeah, but Todd
terrible.
was everything, wasn't
I
he?
can't imagine Tati.
No,
like,
I had
Turn it
to
off.
get back on it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm the DJ at the moment.
So what is on your playlist then?
Mixture, really.
He
Depends
doesn't
on
want to
mood.
admit it, does he?
No, bit of a mixture.
Don't ask Spencer what his favourite is. He
if
can't
we,
even know
if we
anything,
win,
right?
we do put on some old school classics.
Yeah. Psych you up for
yeah.
the game, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a mixture,
Yeah,
really.
it's cracking like club tunes.
Yeah,
Ollie was playing some crackers on the way back from the Truro game.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chiro game, yeah. That was the one you said was memories that you probably can't repeat in this room, especially when the chairman's sitting there as well, I don't think. Anyway, moving on. So as I said, you're one of the most consistent players I've ever seen, playing for Worth. I think everyone in this room can agree, not a better person we could get into that captaincy role. So what keeps you motivated, like season after season? Because I think yourself and Tutty are the only ones left from the Isthmian winning team.
Yeah, who
right?
was that? Me, Tutty, and who?
think that's it.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is me and Tutty. Yeah.
So it's how what keeps you sort of wanting more?
I think for me, I've got a winning mentality. I think I've always been a winner. I want to win games, and I think I hate losing. I think that's where it comes from. I want to win every game. I do not like losing, even if it's playing cards on holiday with my missus. If she beats me, I won't talk to her.
Is that why you posted nothing on Instagram?
Yeah,
You're in a mood.
Yeah, we've had a few arguments over cards. But yeah, no, I think that's it. I'm a winner, and I just want to win games of football and give everything, really. Yeah.
So we're going to make a presumption here.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer. That you probably had some other offers
Yeah.
over the summer. That's a yeah, as in you agree with me, or
Yeah.
He's awkwardly answering. Yep.
so? What's kept you at Worthing?
Obviously, as I said, I've been here 6 years. I love the club, love the fan base, and for me, a big part of it was the new manager, Aggie, come in. As soon as I had that first phone conversation with him on the phone, I mean, I could just relate to him, his ambition, his drive. I've got that as well, so I could see that. And then the first meeting I had with him, it went really well. And when I had a chat with him and Nath, the ambition of the club and where we want to get to, etc. And I love the fans and the style of football we play. So, yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah, it's very good to hear. We spoke obviously to Dino about the playoff final. We have to touch on it. We can finish and put a line under it after this podcast, I promise.
Yeah.
But as the captain in that final, I'm sure you had dreams of lifting that trophy in front of the fans and packed out Woodside Road. Especially as the captain, how did it feel to lose that final? I know what you're going to say, but just to the fans and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was awful. It was terrible. But in games like that, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. And unfortunately, we were the losing team. But it was very hard one to take. Definitely the hardest loss in my career so far. Still hurts now.
Yeah. How do you pick yourself up from it though? Like, you've got to sit there as a role model of the captain.
Yeah.
You've got to pick these players up and say, come on. Like.
Yeah, I think for me, obviously it was absolutely awful to lose the game, but you have to pick yourself up. You can't dwell on it, and you've just got to go and give it everything. This season, we've been working really hard in training. Training has been really intense, really good. Probably the best training we've had, I would say. Yeah. So pick yourself up, and I'll try and lead as being the captain as a role model, and just pick yourself up and go again. Really.
Yeah.
So, how's it been under the new management style? Is it working for you? Happy?
Yeah, really happy.
Changes?
Yeah, really happy. I've had multiple conversations with Aggie, and his drive, his passion, and his desire is what I'm all about. And I think for the lads as well, seeing him there, and having someone to believe in and thriving off him, and as I say, training has been unbelievable. It's been really, really good standard, really competitive, and I think the new signings we've made are brilliant, as you touched on with Dino, like the likes of Glenn coming in, that experience. He's been there, and having the lads there, and it's really good atmosphere at the moment in training.
Yeah, like as a fan, with how relatively early we still are in pre-season, you really see the fitness levels have gone up a notch or two. Yeah,
we've been put through our paces, haven't we, Dino? But yeah, no, it's been really intense. Obviously, Stretch has come in, and he's sort of heading that up. So yeah, the fitness, the training has been top standard. As I say, like the likes of Glenn and the lads who have played in higher teams, they in higher leagues, they are shocked and thrilled because it's almost better than the teams in higher leagues training.
Is that was it a surprise, or did you get that impression when you spoke to Aggie for the first time that the training is going to be massive changes? Because you obviously only played under Hinch here, and you were used to such a way, and then obviously you had the temporary management team who. Buddy and obviously Aaron played under Hinch, so probably with some. I don't know the training schedules, but it would have been similar, I assume. Yeah. But did you expect sort of the intensity of it?
I did. After speaking to Aggie, I did get the impression that in training was going to be very on it, which is good, and that's what you need. That's what we want. You want to be training. You want training to be played at a game tempo and competitive, like it has been. It has been similar to when Hinch was here. The training was quality and it matches as well.
Just before we move on to one question, which is going to make everyone laugh, but expectations for the season. I think we know what you're going to say again, but personally, expectations.
Expectations. Made some good signings, and we're looking very strong. And we want to win as many games as possible and finish as high as possible, and hopefully.
One better than last year, like you said last year, the year before. Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity, isn't it? I think
definitely.
Hinch said last year one better, and did one better. Yeah. Let's do one better this year.
I think we should just win the league outright this season.
Yeah, please don't do this playoff.
No, yeah.
I can't take the playoffs again, please.
Same.
Spence, you got something to ask. For those listeners of the podcast, you'll know.
Yeah, regular listeners will know this feature.
Spencer loves a bit of a service station.
I've got a bit of a weird interest in service stations, right?
Right.
So you've travelled around a bit.
Yeah. Go on.
Anyway, you know where it's going already. You got a favourite service station?
It's got to be Clackett, isn't it?
Is that the Mackies?
Oh, it's the regular.
It's like the sort of.
I think that's the only service station I know, to be honest. I'm not joking.
What's your old man's favourite service station?
Oh God, he's probably got a few, isn't he?
I need to speak to Andy.
Yeah. Andy when you next see him. You have to get some recommendation. You need to ask him about the power of the hand washers and the dryers, don't you? That's what you need to know next, yeah? So you're making him blush. Joel, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Nice one.
Right, I think thanks to the panel, going to get a chance in a minute to ask some questions from the audience, as we promised, which will be good. But we just want to do a little bit of sort of podcast admin here. Once again, thanks to our sponsors for renewing for the season, MK Window Cleaning and Price Jones Electrical. It's really nice of them to do it, so I think a round of applause for them as well. Obviously, thank you to the Supporters Association for putting money towards our equipment, which means we can bring you more live shows like this and sort of try and bring the podcast up to another level. Because I think doing something. I think we're doing all right. Are we doing all right at the moment? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Morgan. I'm number one fan. One person thinks that's enough for me. Obviously, you're all in here tonight, but those that will listen to this online, again, if you haven't joined the Supporters Association already, it's £10 an adult, £5 a child, and £25 a family. And I think if you haven't seen the socials and the Worthing FC website, we've just launched the travel for obviously we've got a few away games, which we know is going to cost you some money, but we've tried to work out, Pat, if you purchase the first 3 away games, you get a £5 discount, and for everyone in this room that is a member, you're also part of the new loyalty scheme. So every 4 games you get a 15% code back to spend on your next booking. So it's just to help you out a little bit. We have a new provider in Spirit of Sussex, which are new coaches, nice new coaches, comfortable for the long travel. So we hope you'll join us for Weston. And we'd just like to say, guys, we're bringing this service for you. If we could try and get as many people to fill the coaches up, because we're paying for it out of the Sports Association. If they don't sell up, it might be one of those things that we might not be able to continue to bring you. So if you could spread the word, if you hear people saying, oh, how are you getting there? We try and price it as competitively as possible. So any support would be fantastic.
And the chance to travel with your fellow fans.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. I mean, Spencer, as you speak to him afterwards about that game too, Truro, you're like, and he can tell you the favourite service stations, but... couple of other things. We got these T-shirts. You can purchase them tonight if you haven't got them already. The Rebel Yell Two-Faced Twins T-shirt, percentage goes to charity, which we were going to present a cheque to on that Truro game, but we can't do it anymore. So we'll have to do it. So you'll see a photo to Worthing Food Foundation. Do you want to mention sponsor a goal? Sponsor a goal.
You've done it.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Sponsor a goal. Where is he?
Paul?
Where's Paul gone?
Oh, he's
Paul's there. That man there with his hand up, Paul, is the sponsor of goal. So if you wanted to sponsor a goal to help raise money towards things around the club and the Sports Association, speak to Paul. He'll take your money quite gladly, won't you, mate, for every goal scored. So
and for those listening, recorded, you'll always spot Paul by the turnstiles when you come in.
Or look on our website, WFCSA. Oh no, WorthingFCSA.co.uk. Pictures on there. Anything else, guys, we can think of before we get on to the question and answers?
No.
Right, questions. Is there some questions?
You want to start it off?
Oh yeah, I'll start it off. So everyone on this panel, I've asked Barry this before. We always ask them, and if you've listened to podcasts at all before, it will really put you on the spot. Joel's got the microphone at the moment. What is an interesting thing about yourself?
Crikey.
And I put you on the spot. That's why I didn't
Put me on the spot there, mate.
It's got to be sensible.
Have I not asked you? Well, Barry's just dropped himself in it, but you're going to get asked again anyway, so it's all right. An interest, anything. That's why we like to put you on the spot, because we had some great things.
Something outstanding you've done, something that's happened to you, someone you've met.
Oh, Emma Blakely.
Emma Blakely's missing a kidney.
She said she was not interesting and she missed half her organs. That's very interesting.
That was one. I think that tops it.
Yeah, I think that almost ended this feature.
And where's Keith? Because he's disappeared, because his fact was interesting as well. Right, do you want to start? Eleanor's going to start. There you go.
Eleanor's the rescue, don't worry. This is a really random one, but it's the first one that pops in. I got presented a trophy. So when I was younger and I played for Crawley Ross first team, we entered a boys' tournament down in Canberra Sands. We actually won it, and we got a massive trophy, literally probably the size of my leg, and it was presented to us by Dennis Wise.
Oh, there you go.
There's your interest.
Who was taller, the trophy or Dennis Wise?
Probably the trophy, even though I shouldn't say that.
JC, you got one? You could probably say something in Spanish, and then you could pretend no one speaks Spanish here, so you could probably say, go like, yeah, and we'll be like, oh, got you, yeah.
No, I think it could be interesting to know that not many people know here in England, but I'm actually a journalist, and I worked for 5 years in a good TV show in Spain in sports.
Oh,
so,
it
was a time...
TV show?
It was called Deportes Cuatro. It's kind of like match of the day here, that kind of thing. So it was one day that I was on the other side asking questions to, some people as well, some good coaches, some
I thought
good
we could
players.
get away with this. I thought we were winging it. We've actually got professional. How are we doing so far? We're doing all right.
Yeah, now
Oh, look,
perfect.
he's laughing. He's like, he can't even say that.
Great.
Oh, Jason.
Nah, you've been great,
on.
guys. You've been great.
Thank you. Joel, have you found one yet? No. You're not. Yeah. No one's allowed to leave till Joel.
Not one that's broadcastable.
You have put me on a spot. Quite a boring guy, to be honest.
I'm sure you're not.
No.
Well, I'll ask you a question then.
Go
Are
on.
you still doing your fitness videos? Was it
No. Short answer,
was
that,
it
isn't it?
YouTube or whatever, Insta, whatever it was?
No, I did it during lockdown,
Yeah.
So lockdown, so no, I'm not
In your
doing that
living
anymore.
room, yeah.
In my living room, yeah.
I watched them,
yeah.
didn't do it, but I
My
watched
wife wasn't too happy.
Jacko was built like this at the end
Oh,
of lockdown.
I bet he was,
Your
yeah.
video.
I'm trying to think of something interesting.
Barry, have you got?
I've been
something
sent off and relegated in the same game.
Oh,
that's
a good one, yeah.
interesting.
yet? Was the relegation because you got sent off?
No, we were pretty much down anyway.
Bench of a late start for the next season.
Yeah, trying to think of something
He
else.
extended his summer break a little bit, didn't he?
Yes, about as interesting as I get.
Fair enough.
I haven't had a drink of alcohol in nearly 5 years. How about
There you
that?
go. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Well done. Don't tell that to Barry because he needs some money behind the bar. There you go.
We won't ask Joel that.
Barry's turn. No, you haven't done one yet. You just told me. Come on.
I haven't done one.
Interesting fact. Come on.
Joel, you must have one.
Look, them two are fighting out between themselves now. What's your day job, Joel? You must have done something in your day job that's interesting.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Airplane parts?
Yeah, sell and buy aircraft
What's the
parts.
biggest airplane part you've ever sold?
Most expensive?
Yeah.
No, probably
A380 or something here and there?
probably over $1 million or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big.
There you
Also,
go.
I've got really good singing voice as well.
Go on then.
I'll
You've
say that
literally
later.
just dropped yourself. He's got the microphone. Why would you say
It's an
that?
exclusive.
Right, this is another reason why you need to get on the coaches, and we'll make sure Andy's car's broken down, so he has to get on the coach for us and do karaoke. What's your favourite song then? Go on, you got the mic.
What's my favourite song? I don't know. I've
You're
got
Barry.
a few songs. A bit of Elvis. Bit of Elvis.
Okay, what do you mean by old school, Barry says?
Old school.
Yeah.
Well, Elvis.
Same from the noughties.
Oh, someone said to me, like, I'm born in the 80s, and they said to me the other day,
Old
they
school
were
classics, yeah, like
the 60s when I
old
was in the
school-
80s, and now like
Old
the
school disco classics.
noughties.
Like, I don't know, I can't remember now.
You really put him on the spot, Barry.
Murder on the Dance Floor?
Murder on the dance floor is
So
old
respect
school.
that.
I'll
Yeah,
go
there
home.
you What's old school for you, Spencer? Kylie Minogue.
Old.
Old. Barry?
What
Interesting
songs?
fact. Well, if you want to sing as well, we'll have that, a bit of entertainment. 'Cause if no one asks any question, we've got Phil about 20 minutes, so, like, you can have karaoke.
Are there any questions in the audience?
No, Barry, it's not your podcast.
Nice attempt.
No, I was just curious what an old school classic was because for a 25-year-old, indeed, yeah. Well, the only thing I can think of that I'm really proud of in my career was, and a lot of the players will recognise this, is that when I was at Adidas, I was head of football, and I launched the Predator into the UK market.
The original one.
I signed Beckham to Adidas, and he was our first sort of big star. He actually, the story was, his first game in the boots, because he wasn't sure about them, his first game in the boots was the goal from the halfway line against Wimbledon. Do you remember that?
Was it?
Well, when a player does that, he wouldn't take them off after that, which is weird.
You must have thought that is the best signing I've ever made in my life.
You couldn't make it up.
Forget
honestly.
what you're doing at Worthing. You've had Beckham score in your boots.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. No, that was a bit of fun, but the launching the boot here was great. In fact, I think we sold as many boots in the UK as the rest of Europe altogether. It was a really, really successful boot launch. And I noticed it's 30 years. It just goes to show how old I am.
Well, I think they've
It's
just brought
30
out a
years
new
old
one.
now.
I think they've just brought out a new one.
Brought a new one out, yeah. But we wouldn't, I'll tell you the other story, I would not allow anyone to launch, because there was coloured boots all over Europe in Predator, which is why I don't think we wouldn't sell, I would not put a coloured boot in the range. It had to be black and white. It was really cool at the time, yeah. Now it's any colour you like. You had to be a good player to wear pink in my days.
I think Joel can get away with wearing pink then.
I remember getting absolutely ribbed back in the day for having a pair of white boots.
I can see that, yeah.
There we go. So we've started off the question and answers. Guys, is there anyone that's got a question they want to ask any of the panel? Don't be shy. Come on, Bigsy, come up to the microphone. You've got to come up to the microphone. Microphone's there. Who's it for? And who are you? Who are you? What's your name? Have you got a stand named after you?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right, this one is to Dino. Right, what was it? 4 years ago, I think it was. You did the marathon with Hinch, Stu, and Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the year that we got announced that you signed for us.
Yeah.
Why did you just dive into your Beamer and we never saw you again? You know?
Because I thought they were going to make me do a marathon every week.
Well, that's what it would have been during the match. What, in 90 minutes instead of 5 hours?
No, it was COVID. So it was COVID.
Really?
So I signed a couple of weeks before that. I think I was due to play the first game on the Saturday, and then COVID hit. So that was my.
You got to wear that shirt.
Never did. No.
Official.
No. I'm still waiting for a chance. I'll have to speak to Aggie.
All right.
Worthing FC veterans
Nice
team.
one. Thank you.
Barry Jones. Were you gutted about that? Not being able to actually represent the club in that manner, or was it kind of just past the moment? COVID happened and seasons and stuff.
Well, like I said before, I think things happen for a reason. I think I had my time as a player. I'm going to go really deep here, but no, I won't go too deep. I wanted a way back into football, and I thought that I could still play and still help, because my career didn't finish as I wanted it to finish, and I walked away from the game for a few years. Yeah. But coming back in and seeing Hinch again and being around the players and around the dressing room, just brought me back to life, to be honest. So it would have been great to play a few games, of course, but it wasn't meant to be, and I finally get the opportunity to come back, not as a player, but hopefully I can help a little bit as a coach.
Got that bug back, but from the other side of the touchline.
I have, yeah. I love it.
Still sign up.
No,
Barry's just come out of retirement.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Gareth Barry, so... I went to the same school as him, actually. Oh, really? As an interesting fact. There you go.
See, Joel is just full of them. He's just flying out.
There you go. All right, thank you, Big Z. Any more questions, guys? Don't be shy. Come on, if Big Z can stand up.
It's your opportunity. These great people.
No. No more? No? Well, I think we can just say thank you very much to the panel. Thank you. And I think thanks, guys, and thank you for you guys turning up tonight. And we really thought it'd be one man and his dog. We got one dog there. Got the dog, but I just want to say thank you for supporting us. Appreciate you listening to podcasts, the comments you get week in, week out. Anything you want to hear or feature on the podcast, please do let us know. As we say, we've got the coach coming up for about 1 million away games we've got the first few weeks of the season. But please do come and join the Support Association. Get people to join the Sports Association if you haven't already. I was going to talk about the jingles. We could do Aggie, 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 oi, 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 or something like that. But he's not here tonight. Would he appreciate that? No, would he appreciate that? Or would he tell me to?
He wouldn't appreciate it.
Would I have to be?
You'd have to ask him yourself.
I'd have to be using. But yeah, it will start. Wait for some original ones. But thank you. We think this has gone all right tonight, I think. Hopefully we'll be back at Christmas for a Christmas special.
There's been no rotten fruit thrown at us yet.
Vote who you want to be in a Santa's outfit. I think that's what Joel should nominate as... do you think Cash would look good in a Santa's outfit? I don't know. Kane. Get Kane in a Santa's outfit. Good luck to the season, guys and girls. We look forward to seeing it, and we look forward to following you here and far. Barry, thank you very much. We'll get you back on the podcast to grill. I hope that wasn't too bad tonight. Have I got to edit anything else?
No, you'll be fine.
If anyone knows, Barry always asks me about next day. He says, I'll be getting a text tomorrow. But thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks to our guests.
Thanks to the audience. Thank you very much.